Hello everyone, it is me, Yeeking. I'm back with an unboxing. Today we got from Beyblade X, Dran 1-60A, and you may be thinking, oh, this looks different. And yeah, that's because it's from the UX series, which stands for the unique line, which I'll go over real quick once I get the thing opened, and I will put a little timestamp in case you folks want to skip over it. But if you want to know just a quick difference, should be popping up right about now what the quick difference is. That'll always be there for anything with UX and in the future CX as well when it comes out. That'll be always be standard, but to do a little bit more with the differences, just because this is our first of UX, but any other future UX products we get, I'm just going to do that little picture thing. I forgot to get out my scissors. But yeah, Dran 1-60A, which is also my first Wave 3 bay. I'm almost done Wave 2. I just need to get the collab stuff, but that seems to be impossible to find, so whatever. But yeah, so it's pretty cool though that, honestly, I thought it would be like kind of the same design for both the regular stuff and not, but I guess it's kind of cool that it actually matches orange. Plus, well, as we go through the packaging, it'll also be a little bit more different because it's UX, so this might be a little bit longer of an unboxing for our starter pack. But so we have the name right here, Dran 1-60A, and the tag type, burnt orange. Over here we have the cutout window showing off Buster. The letter rip tab, but if you know me, I like to preserve my boxes, so don't do that. AGJF from Hasbro and TT. Up here is just a little like render of the bay. And up here is what you get, which is the bay plus a launcher, which actually, once I show up the launcher, I'll talk a little bit about it. I don't usually talk about launchers, but this time I will talk a little bit about it because it's kind of special. But flip over here, it actually says UX, which is different, which is kind of cool. And flip over here, it just talks about the Beyblade X app, available for free to download on both the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Flip down here, we got a beautiful barcode. And we flip back here, we get the stats plus something else, which I will talk about. Well, yeah, okay, I'll talk about it right now. So since this is, well, okay, now. First UX base, so I gotta figure out a formula. I'll talk about that once I get it out. But here are the stats. Dran 1-60A is a right spin attack type bay. For the blade Dran, attack 70, defense 20, stamina 10. The ratchet 160, which is a new ratchet. Attack 17, defense 9, stamina 4, height 60, so it's 1 point of contact and is 6 millimeters tall. And then for the bit A, which stands for Excel, attack 40, defense 10, stamina 10, dash 40, and burst 80. And yeah, let's pop it open. Always be careful when using scissors or anything sharp, especially if you're young. And let's just tilt this camera down. Boom. Boom. And yeah, ouch. Boom. Yep. Alright, well that's everything from here. Let's just quickly close back up the box. Are you not gonna sit flush? Thank you. Alright, well before we talk about anything else, I will show off this piece of paper. Because I do wonder if it's actually different. I was going to say the same kind of stuff. And I'm just going to do something different. I'm just going to pick up the camera and just kind of show you. So this is how you would assemble the bay, but I do show it off anyways. How you would launch your bay. Well, this worked better in concept. Parts of the stadium, do's and don'ts, how score points is first to 4, but me personally, when I play, I do first to 5. And yeah. Alright, so before we get into the bait, we're gonna look at the differences between the two packagings. So I brought out Lance Knight's packaging so we can see the difference. So for the difference, obviously, there's no UX symbol up here. It just says required base stadium, but actually the required base stadium part is down here now. Obviously the name's still the same, but obviously you got the UX logo, which UX is orange, and this is actually a BX bay, which just stands for it's basic, so it's in blue. I don't know, it's just because because I assume since it's a defense type, that's why this part's green, because that part's blue, because it's an attack type, so it might just be because of that. But obviously the lines are green and orange to differentiate between the two. The launcher, that's just a special occasion thing. If you look at Lance Knight's side, it's green. And we look at Buster, it's orange. And if up here, usually there's nothing here, but like I pointed out earlier, since this is a UX bay, and I assume for the CX stuff, it would say CX instead. And yeah, then we flip to the back. Obviously it shows the stats, that's just a common thing, but for the BX stuff, it would just always show it going on the extreme line, but for UX stuff, it talks about what makes it unique, because like I said, so this is a BX, which stands for basic, while this is a UX, which stands for unique line, which means they specialize in something. So for example, Buster, as advertised on the back, it specializes in one-hit KOs. What bay even is that? I know it's a stamina type because of those builds, but yeah. So yeah, that's basically the difference between the packagings and whatnot. Just thought I'll bring that up since it's our first UX bay, because wave 3 actually has UX stuff, but it just seems to be like a tiny wave in general. Like wave 4 is like big as well, so I think there's always the occasional small wave, so it makes sense. But if we bring out the launcher, yes, it is like a pro launcher, which if I can figure out which way this thing goes in. Like that? Nope. Yeah. So obviously it's a pro launcher with a blue clip thing, but actually it's like reminiscence of the TT version, because in TT obviously you can wind this, but it's actually this exact same color scheme. It's a black launcher with a blue clip thing and a blue ripcord. So that's actually pretty cool. I thought I would just be stuck with a white and black ripcord. Cause for some reason, Claw Leon didn't get his launcher because his was black and gold or white and gold. So I don't know why they gave him that kind of treatment. But thought I'd show this off because it's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, this one's going to be a little bit longer because it's our first UX, so I'm just talking about for a little bit longer than usual. But now we actually get to take out the bays. Alright, well, here's where probably the timestamp would end, so if in case you skipped, welcome back to unboxing. Because, yeah, I will put up a timestamp. Why am I ripping that? I got scissors. Ooh, 160 actually looks nice. Whoa. Alright, do that. Dump out the parts. We got all that. Put that off to the side. And now we take a hold of Buster. Alright, well, we got all the parts laid out, so we're going to go for them one by one. So first we have this bit. It's called A, but it stands for Excel, which it's kind of like the opposite of Rush. Like, it does the same premise. It has a bunch of gears, so it can grab onto Extreme Line to do Extreme Dash to help out the blade, which I'll bring up once I get into it. But unlike Rush, Excel really burns through your stamina, so maybe if you're lucky, because like, if you use Excel, you gotta like do your damage as soon as possible, otherwise you're just gonna burn out and lose. So it's kind of like a glass cannon. Like, it helps you move like really fast. Like I think it's faster than Rush, but it costs you your stamina like Gear Flat does. But I think it's a little bit better than Gear Flat. Then we have a Ratchet 1-60, nothing too special, but does have a 1 point of contact, which a lot of builds, well not a lot of builds, but a handful of builds use them, especially some meta builds. And then we have the Blade Buster Dran. And I'm just gonna kind of reiterate just a little bit in case people just decide to skip through my big explanation. But Buster Dran is probably the UX line, which stands for unique. So they specialize in something unique. Buster specializes in 1 point of contact. And unlike BX, because the focused in like the weight is focused in the center, UX bays are focused outwards. And also one difference is if you get a UX bay, they don't have like the covering, so they can actually get the face bolts chipped because they don't got the covering. So a little PSA warning in case you don't want to get them chipped, try being careful with your bays. But yeah, since it's also unique, they got unique shapes. Like Buster is a sword base, so it kind of makes sense why you give it 160. I see some people put the 160 on like this, but I think most people, and I'm going to do as well, just have it like this so it's all centralized and focused. But yeah, pretty cool. I really do like this motif design for Buster. Like, out of all the Dran motif, which is the picture right here, I really like the Buster design. But if we flip to the back, oh that's cool, it's actually on the blade. Here is the QR code in case you folks want to scan Buster into your Beyblade X app. Because Wave 3 is on the app, thankfully. Obviously, Wave 4 is not, but I mean, Wave 4 isn't even out yet, so it's okay. But how you would put the bay together is you would twist to the right, but, well, okay, there's a Wave 4 bay out. It's Cobalt Dragoon. I don't know why, it's just out very early, but yeah. But you would twist your ratchet to the right, but with a left spin bay, you would twist it to the left. Then you would put in your bit. And I would say twist it to make it look pretty, but like I said, they don't have that kind of thing, so the face bolts are just stuck in place. So yeah. But let's bring out the stadium. Zoom. And yeah, where's my string? There's my string. I really hope this doesn't go flying at me, because I know Buster can be real fast. But we're going to do a test launch, and then we're going to have it fight someone. Just for a little test fight. Let it rip. Alright, well that's interesting. I know Buster goes real fast in TT stadiums. This is my first time really seeing it go in a Hasbro stadium. Like, I have seen a couple clips here and there in the Hasbro stadium, but I don't know. I think I may be doing it wrong. But for its battle partner, we're going to get its first version, which is Sword Dran. And in case you want to see my thoughts and opinions on this bay, I'll leave a link to its video in the description down below and up above in the iCard. So in case you folks want to pause this video and go check out its unboxing, you can, or you can finish this video and then go check this one out, whichever you prefer to do. But we're going to launch Buster first, and then Sword, and then just do Sword first. Let it rip. I gotta be fast. Like I said, I gotta be fast. Well, it looks fine so far. Just worry about the face bolts. Let it rip. Let it rip. And take these battles with a grain of salt because one person doing it. And it is attack on attack. And God. To probably show Buster a little bit better, it'd probably be bad to launch a second. So we're doing it like this. Let it not rip. Let it rip. Let it rip. Ouch. Not like actual ouch, but dang. Nah, we're gonna really show how fast this thing can go. I'm gonna whip out the winder for this. Whoops. Let it rip. told you it can go fast. Did I break the stadium? No, it didn't. Ouch. Oh. Maybe it's to get a lot of chip in, but it should be fine. Thank you, Dran. Where's your box? Go back to ×1. Bonk. But yeah, that was pretty fitting for my first Wave 1 Beyblade to be UX Beyblade. Actually, originally it was going to be Wand Wizard, because before I placed the order, like 1 or 2 days beforehand, it said Busted Wizard. I got here a whole lot later, but then before I did, I was just double checking, which thankfully I did, and sure Busted Wizard came at the same time, so that's pretty cool. Are you not going to be able to stand on your one blade? That's pretty disappointing. Oh, there you go, yeah. Yippee. Well, that's been my look at Dran 1-60A from Beyblade X. I'd like to thank you folks for watching this unboxing. If you folks did enjoy the unboxing, give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. I'll apply them as fast as I can. And if you want, name your favorite UX Bay. Even read through the TT side of things, because I mean, we only have like 2 UX bays for Hasbro right now. So just name any of your favorite bays from the UX line. Yeah, and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video /short/stream. But until next time, toodles!